Check one, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. Let me know if y'all can hear me. That's the wrong mic though. Check one, two, one, two. All right. Check one, two, one, two, one, two. All right. I see you. I see you going in. All right. What's up, everybody? I have an extra camera going in right now, and I believe one is picking up twice, and I can't cut one off. Check one, two. There we go. I think we in there now. All right, so let's take this camera off. All right, check one, two, one, two, one, two. Still hear feedback. Why do I hear feedback? I tell you what. Let's go to all right. Why is it still there? Hold on, guys. Hold on. All right. Are we good now? We good? We good? We good now? We good? We good? We good now? We good? We good? No. All right. Check one, two, one, two, one, two. All right. Check one, two, one, two, one, two. All right. Check one, two, one, two, one, two. All right. All right, cool. What's up, guys? Beats by Lonze back in the building. Forgive me for my squeaky chair. I've been trying to get it to unsqueak for years. I cannot get it to unsqueak. But anyway, welcome to the channel. I do need to edit this because this is supposed to say, did y'all see that drop? And the drop that I'm talking about is the drop that everybody's been waiting on for the longest. That is for the MPC Mini or the MPC Sample. Akai Pro just dropped their link to it and said coming soon with a March the 24th date. So we see that March the 24th is the date. That is all the information that anybody else knows other than what's already been posted. So we are excited about this sampler that's supposed to be coming out. All right. Now, I covered this when the sampler just came, when the sampler just was leaked. I covered this in a stream and a video, and so now I am covering it one more time. And the reason that I'm covering it is because I think that it's going to be a good piece of equipment that's going to hit the hardware line, and I think people are going to get to making music. I think people are really going to get to making music. It's going to appeal to the rest of the target audience, which is mainly in most likely going to be um, those millennials that like to use FL Studio but want to cross over to a hardware piece of equipment. So um, I am excited to see what is going to happen. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to find the screenshots that I had up of the machine previously, but I don't have it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show y'all the release that Akai dropped today on their Akai Pro page so that you can actually see what I'm saying. So let me airdrop it to my computer and then we will be able to talk about it and see it in real time. Certified Beast, what's up? What's going on, my man? I appreciate you being in the building. Yeah, we're talking about this machine sample that's coming to fruition on March the 24th is when it's supposed to be dropped. So I have it on the screen, and yes, that says 2026 and not 2027. So that is hitting the market very, very soon. So all y'all people that's like, oh, that don't sound right. Oh, how could you do blah 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 blah? There you go. Now you can shut up. You can see it. Um, yeah, let's see. I just double clicked it, but I don't know if it's gonna go big on the screen right now. Let's see. That would be cool if that's just what happened, so y'all can actually see it. Dun, 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 dun. But I hope y'all having a good day. This is a good actual. Yeah, yeah. There we go. Yeah. So Friday, you know what I'm talking about. So the weekend is here, so we get to sit back and rest and recuperate and get ready for the following week. Or this is a time where you often work, you got a couple of days off, and then you get to get busy and work on some things that you hadn't got a chance to work on. Now, some things that I'm seeing from this picture that Akai just dropped, right, that I didn't see previously, is that the colorway in the buttons has a blue and grayish tone on it. So you can see the pads are gray, but you can see that overlying the pads, it has a blue hue to the back of those buttons. And then you can see on the actual three buttons that come across the top, you can see that those are also gray in a gray colorway. And then the bottom wrist pad that you have is also gray as well. And then you can see the play button. I believe that's the play button and record button. Let's look really quick, like, 'cause I can't really see it from here. Yeah, the play button and the stop button is also blue as well. And then above that, the step record and sample record buttons are pink. So it's actually pretty cool. And then you got the slider on the left where you can um, change the sound of your pad or change the sound of your track. It also has a blue button on the center and unity level. So that's actually pretty cool. I like it. It looks pretty good. I'm excited. And then last but not least, what I saw on the screen was actually, you can see more of the detailed colors on the screen. Now I like that because, again, like I told y'all previously, is that the my eyes ain't the best at this age right now. My eyes is not the best, so it's cool that they bring it in color where you can see it. I know this the Lo-Fi 12 that I had. The Lo-Fi 12 was really really small, like the palm, like two of my hands put together, and I could not see that itty bitty screen. The yellow screen could not see that screen for nothing. Like very 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 small. I actually bought a. Let's see, do I see it? I bought a magnifying. I don't see it. But I bought a magnifying glass type of reading books that open up like this. I bought a magnifying thing that you put over the book. and that's how I was able to look at the screen because it was so small, like itty bitty, very very small. So RS11 says it's going to sound like a movie 60. I guess maybe you were saying, is it going to sound like an MPC 60? I don't know. Nobody knows what it's going to sound like, but it did say. Okay, he corrected himself. He said, "Is it going to sound like the MPC 60?" Um, Nobody knows. Says looks nice, good entry level, gonna sell out fast. RS11 says I'm trying to get one. Certified Beat says also USB-C, which is nice. RS121 says me too, for sure, for sure. Mine is already on order, so I'm just waiting for it to come with the rest of the batches. It's gonna be shipped out. Um, but what I want to say, yeah, USB-C is a good touch. A couple years ago, I was against the USB-C. Everything being USB-C, I was so against uh, that, and it was dumb. It was a dumb thing for me to be against it because I wasn't. I didn't want my iPhone to change. That's really what happened, and it made me kind of sound like some of these older people, because I don't consider myself older, but I am older. I found myself sounding like some of the people who didn't want change, and I was like, why are they moving from the lightning cable? Everything is lightning cable to USB-C, and then they were saying that no, it's actually the opposite. Everything is going to be moving to USB-C, and the rest of the world is on USB-C. So that's why they were moving the iPhone to USB-C. And then after I got the new iPhones with the USB-C, I was like, I got it. And then all the equipment that you start buying, all of them have USB-C. And then now when you get to hear the USB-C to audio, then you understand why they transition from the regular USB-B and the regular USB-C and the lightning cables. You can understand why they did those things. Like I said, everything that you get now comes with USB-C. So now you got one cable that can charge everything. You got one cable that can do everything. Now, I will tell you that the Live 3 is finicky on what type of USB-C cable that you use. So keep that in mind. The cord cap, USB-C. You get the gist. Everything is USB-C. Even the loop deck that I got, that I've had for years and years and years, it came with a USB-C, and then it came with a USB-C adapter, USB-C on one end to USB-B adapter on the other end. And then RS11 says it will connect to the Tascam Model 12 through USB-C. That's correct. Um, the good thing I'll just talk to you and tell you quickly about this NPC sample that I think is going to happen is that, again, I told y'all on the previous video, I have to pull it up again. It has an input and it has an output. So you'll be able to send this out of the machine into something else. Let's say if you want to be real technical with it, you can take the outs of the MPC sample and run them into the input of your MPC XL. And then you can sample into the MPC XL and finish your beat off in there. Or if this is going to be possible that the track that you can pull out of the sample will work inside of the MPC, then you cooking with grease. But there's so many different options that you'll be able to do, I think, and make it easier with USB-C. Um, Mr. AI Digital Art says most of them come with the adapter. You're right, but make sure you use the adapter on the device, but use the C port, or you will not harness all the features of that C port. Pardi Mari says hopefully it got Air Flavor Pro engine. Now that is up for debate. what is coming with it. Now it does have. Let me pull up the picture really quick. Like, let's pull it up really quick. Like, I got a picture of it in its nakedness. There we go. We'll use that one. Stand by just 1 second. Just stand by 1 second. I want to show you. And this is nothing that everybody else haven't showed on their videos, but I just want to show you all as well, because some of you may not watch. Some of you may not watch some of the channels that I watch or other people watch. So let's see. Let's see if I can take this off and add this. It's too small. Let me go to a different. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. All right. So in this particular picture right here, I'm trying to. Yeah. So in this particular picture, you have the trim sample, which is on pad 13, time correct, warp project, fader, record, quantize, resample, song, compressor, half speed, double speed, MIDI configuration, full level, half sequencer, double sequencer, and a count in. And so in one of these other pictures that they gave us, there was a screenshot of the effects page. Let's see if I can find it. Effects page. Effects page. There we go. Effects page. There we go. Let's do that one. Because there's an effects button. So, let's remove. There we go. Image file. Cancel. Goodness gracious. Image file. Where did you go? Oh, because I moved it out of downloads on desktop. There we go. All right. Now, y'all can see this page right here. You can see this. I took a screenshot of this screen where you have your effects, right? And these are the effects that it has. Now I'm thinking from what I can see is that there's no additional plug-in parameter on this machine. It has built-in effects. So what it does have is right there on the screen. Beat repeat, rev stepper, delay, reverb, ring mod, lo-fi, color, granulator, comb filter, low pass filter, high pass filter, BP filter, half speed, chorus, flanger, and phaser. Now, as you can see, those three buttons at the bottom, those three turn knob buttons that say K1, K2, and K3, you can see that those will be able to affect the pre-delay, the decay, and the fusion. Now, what you probably can't see is if you look at the top screen where the button, what is that? 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, number 16, pad 16 right under K3, you see that is lit up orange. It's lit up orange just like the reverb that is lit up on the screen. And if you look on the second row, well, the second row from the top, you see the button that says lo-fi. It's also orange as well. And if you look down at the pad is lit up orange. So I'm assuming that on this page you're able to tap pads and tell it what effect you want to add to whatever you have made on your drum beat or your project. So I'm assuming that's how you're going to be able to add effects, but it's not going to be the effects that you have. It's just going to be the regular, again, delay filters, but it's going to be the Kai delay filters and the Kai chorus and flanger and all that stuff. So which if y'all know already, those came from Pro Tools. All of the sounds that Akai brought over, they ported a lot of them from Pro Tools. So this is top of the level sounds that you're gonna have inside this MPC sample. And it says that they were bringing this up to date, which means that it's gonna have the sound that's inside your MPC right now. It's gonna be your clean audio, unless I don't know. I'm guessing that it's going to be clean audio, just like we have on the other MPCs. Now, if they bring back the dirt of the MPC 3000 or the MPC 60, I don't know how they're going to do that, but I think it's going to be clean sound, and you're going to have to dirty it up yourself because it's a sampler. So if you take the sounds and get them dirty already and put them into the machine, now you're going to have a dirty sound. You just probably won't have all the ringing aliases and all that stuff that comes um, with the transition of the speeding it up and slowing it down and all that stuff. All right, so it says if you have SP404, it's a more customizable lo-fi effect, more control, or you could go. Hey, and that's another thing too. That's the way that people have been using the 404 for years and years and years. They've been taking the 404 and pairing it with another machine and using the effects inside the 404 and sampling them in, then sampling them out and bringing them back into the machine and working that way. I'm not a lo-fi producer, so to say. So I started out trying to do that kind of thing, like bringing the sound in, dirtying it up, making the stutter effects and all that stuff. But I was like, you know what? That is for somebody really who is trying to showcase different elements of a beat. When you're selling beats for uh, when you're selling beats for rappers, they don't want to hear the fucking damn jitter effect in your freaking beat. They want they want to hear something they can rap on, because they ain't rapping over the jitter of the beat. Maybe if it's in the hook or something like that, but they want to hear something that they can add their voice as an instrument to. Um, he says it's dirty good or bad. Depends on the person. Certified B says low five dirty is good, but I can probably give you five people to say that the dirt is bad. So it depends on the individual of what they're intending for their sound to sound like and what they want to hear. I did see my man Beats by Wooga in the building out of Ireland. Thank you for participating. I know it's 10 o'clock your time. I appreciate you. We got Davey the Hug Monster in the building. He says, "Wee." Y'all know Davey the Hug Monster. That's his tagline. Um, Mr. AI Digital Art says, I'm a DJ and I was happy that I can make beats and also use this instead of my Tractor MK. Flex Beat Player is sick. Awesome. Me too. I also DJ on the side. And that's just the next level of producing, right? If you are DJing, you're actually producing the sound for your crowd. So most times you're going to hear things that most people are not going to hear. And you're going to eventually want to create music that you hear. So we'll take that off the screen. and we'll go back. All right. So anyway, I just wanted to show. Party Mari says to me that they don't speak on the right elements of those effects. They really add glue, but that's not exciting to talk about. Or glue is subjective. Yeah. Well, everybody's gonna use this. Everybody's gonna use the equipment for different reasons, right? Everybody's going. There's different people who's gonna use it for straight up sampling. There's gonna be some people that use it your for your old school boom bap. Then there's gonna be some people who's gonna sample in stuff that has nothing to do with hip hop, and that's fine. There's people that's gonna make loops. There's people that's gonna make full out songs, and so you can never design a piece of equipment that people are gonna make one type of music on. That's never gonna be the case. And I don't. And I can tell you that I don't. I didn't. I don't even want it. Like I don't even want a piece of equipment that I can only make one type of music on. I don't want it. I prefer all my hardware to be versatile at any time and point. If I want to make a pop song, I can come in here and make a pop song. Any point in time I want to make some rock, I can come in here and plug in a guitar and make something rock. I don't want to be limited in the type of music that I can make on any machine. So most times in my studio, most pieces of equipment has dual purpose. It's either going to be a sequencer, or it's either going to be a engine, or it's either going to, well, three. It's going to be a sequencer, it's going to be a synth engine, or it's going to be a sampler. One of the three is going to have dual purpose somewhere in my studio. So, again, you can do anything that you want. That's the whole beauty of it, is that the way I make music may not be the way that you make music, may not be the way that he makes music. I mean, we got a good example. Davey the Hug Monster, he's in the building. If you listen to his music, it's different than anything that somebody else is doing. You listen to This World Needs a Hero, he's in there with freaking 50 plugins in the MPC Live 3 going crazy, right? Running it in freaking controller mode sometimes, like going crazy, hearing all the elements under the sun. But that's the type of music that they make, but they're still making music. So that's all I say at the end of the day. Make some music. That's all I need you to do. I don't care if you make lo-fi. I don't care if you make boom bap. I don't care if you make 1945's damn swing dancing music. If you got the equipment is made for you to make music. So make the music. Let's see. Then let's go back through the chat. We got Certified Beat says, you want to automate lo-fi dirty on the song? Yes, you can. Davey the Hug Monster says, don't let you limit. Okay, don't let your limit by type of gear. Plug in a DAW. You can do anything if you're creative. That's absolutely correct. This world needs a hero. Yo, we're just talking about you. What's up? What's going on? So yeah, we're talking about this MPC sample that just dropped on Akai Pro's page today, and they, yeah, it's interesting to see the how people are accepting it and what they're thinking about it so far. If they're going to get it, if they're not going to get it, whether it's a piece of equipment that they want. So I think that it actually looks way better than the original release drop that we got off of Alto and eBay. It really looks good. That blue, I like that blue color in the background behind the pads, and I like the color on the screen. That's gonna always be a selling factor for me, what I can see on the screen. Pardy Mari says lo-fi is more like a spread butter and jelly. The stutters, that flex beat gonna be good for your transitions. Beats by Google says, I've seen mofos making EDM and Chicago house music live on MPCs. Oh yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Elevator music. Yeah, definitely. You know that sync licensing is really big right now, and they want to hear I'm gonna give up some sauce. The sync licensing wants to hear music that they can place on commercials, music that you can listen to in the store while you're shopping, music that you can put on hold while you're waiting to talk to a customer while you're talking to a customer on the phone when you're on hold. They want to find that kind of music. And guess what? If you stuck to one era and one type of music and that's all you can make, you'll never transition to anything else of where the money is. If you're in this business, because this is a business. If you're in this business to make money, when you're making music, you gotta make music that the money is coming to. I understand doing it for the love. I do it for the love too, but at the same time, on the business end of this, sometimes you gotta make music for the masses. All right, so let's see what we're saying. Man, the damn chat moving pretty fast today. Y'all excited about this thing, huh? Let me remove this off the screen. It says there has been house music made on Akai gear for decades. Same for hip hop. I think it's amazing for people trying to get into the MPC verse. I just got into the MPC 2 years ago, and I wish for a cheaper price MPC in the beginning of my productions. That's what's up. Shout out to Hero, man. The Hamilorian, what's going on? We ain't gonna say who that is, but Hamilorian is in the building. He's sniping us from his secret channel. Salute. He says he's gonna watch my reviews before he buys. You know that I'm going to up this machine, right? Like, if it comes out and be exactly what I think it's gonna be, I'm going to give it its praises, even if it's limited. I think. Can I give y'all my honest opinion? Really? Let me give y'all my honest opinion. Really? I don't get on here and cap to y'all and lie to y'all and tell y'all untruths about how I feel about drum machines and production. Let me tell y'all something. I just want y'all to understand this really, really well. I don't know if y'all heard the sound that has came out of the KO2 or the rhythm, or the freaking what's the joint called? The medieval. I don't know if y'all heard the sound that has came from Teenage Engineering, but if they are able to get just 1/8 of the sound that is coming out of this freaking machine to come out of that MPC, this MPC is going to be incredible. If the mic works as good as the Live 3 mic does, this machine is going to be incredible. Now, the speaker, if they use one of the speakers out of the Live 2, use one of the speakers out of the Live 3, this MPC sample is going to be incredible. That's all I'm going to tell you. You're going to be able to sample from the machine. You're going to be able to sample into the machine. You're going to be able to use USB-C. You got an SD card. They gave us everything that we asked for, except for what didn't they give us in the machine? And if you're smart and you use key groups in all your other machines, you can sample those key groups and those sounds into this MPC, and you can use it 16 levels, and you can create, or you can plug in the synth engine. See that? You can plug in a synth engine similar to that, and you can record those as a sample, and you can make beats into that. You can sample in a chord with sounds in it to your MPC. Y'all understand where I'm going with this? You can take your poly-in tracker, poly-in plate, poly-in synth, plug it into your MPC, and take the sounds and sample into the machine and make music. Now, let me hone in my point. I don't work for Akai. Akai don't pay me. I can barely get them to to watch my channel, but they do watch my channel. And that's what I'll tell y'all. If Akai gets the sound to sound 1/16 of the sound that they got and they're able to move, the rest of these companies got a problem on their hands. And so when it gets here, I will test that out, and we will come to a decision and come to we'll come to some type of resolution regarding this machine. I think this machine is going to be out of this. I think it's going to sound really, really good. There's no way that you can make a machine. There's nowhere way that you can make these machines. Let me pull it out for you. MPC. Do I want to do that? Do I want to go and show the machines? But anyway, y'all know I got all the damn MPCs. But anyway, you can't go from an MPC Live 1 to MPC Live 2 to an MPC Live 3. Tell me where in any one of those three machines that the sound quality went down. I'll wait for you. You can't. To the MPC 1, to the MPC Key 61, to the MPC Key 37, MPC X SE, MPC X L. Nowhere in none of those machines that you hear the sound quality go down. They only went better. It only got better. They only innovated better. So I'm telling you, this will be the dumbest move they ever made in the world if they come out with this machine and the sound is way in the freaking doo-doo gutter. I think that they got too much on the line running from this drop, and I believe that it's gonna be good. Get at Nard said Akai is a beast at marketing. They threw the 60 in for nostalgia. Smart. This world needs a hero. Through the rabbit emoji in the chat. Those who know what the rabbit is about. So salute to the rabbit. The Hamilorian says, I do it for the fun. No need for me to be the early bird. It may come, but for now, SP44 is holding me over. I'll tell you that this machine, if y'all watch my channel, this machine is the only machine that was in my studio that sat for 2 years without me touching it. I tried, did not like the workflow on it, until one day I said, screw it, I'm going to pick it up and learn the workflow. And then I picked it up and I was like, oh, that's how you do it. And then I was like, okay, it sounds really good. So one day I'll get back to it again. Let's see. Davey the Hugmaster says, blah, blah, blah is making millions with elevated music. Crap. Irony mode on. Now, who's making millions with elevated music crap? Davey the Hugmaster, tell me that. Who's making millions with elevated music? Don't let me find out that some of y'all are multi-millionaires making damn elevator music and ain't putting me on to the freaking licensing companies. Party Mari says it's going to be goated out the box. Ever since I seen Harry Styles using the 404 yesterday, I want one now. Plus, he has a nice modular ring. Interesting. Harry Styles, huh? David the Hugman says, I'm waiting for that new Novation controller. I saw that. I wanted to talk about the Novation controller. I won't tell y'all what I'm thinking about for the Novation controller. The way the Novation controller works for my studio, but I'll give you a quick idea. The Novation controller versus the Push 3. The World Needs a Hero says it's an NPC, enough said. The fact that you can make and finish a track on a mobile piece will have everything beat. Yeah, that's the thing that's missing. I will tell y'all, right now, right now, this is one of my favorite hardware machines that they've made. Over the Push 3, over the um, over the tracker, over the Poly and Play. This Ableton Move is one of my favorite pieces of equipment, and I thought that they may have dropped the ball in the beginning when this came out. Thought they may have dropped the ball if they didn't make this updatable and customizable. And if you look back a year ago, they started to do updates I think they said every 3 to 5 weeks they'd come out with a new update. And they did that. Update. And now there's a gentleman that came out with the Ableton Move Everything that makes this even more customizable. You can sample from the radio, you can sample from YouTube, you can do you can make your songs from start to finish in the Ableton Move Everything. Now, here the way that I was using it, I would make part of the beat, part of the song here, and then when if I felt like I needed to do more to it, I'd pull up the um, Ableton Live, and then I'd finish it off in Ableton Live with the Push 3. But most times I do enough of the beat that I have enough of it. For like beat tapes and stuff like that, you really could finish it off in there, but you still needed to export it somewhere else. But I'm telling you, if somebody's outside, this itty bitty screen, you see this itty bitty screen is as long as half of my pinky finger. This itty bitty screen right here. Right now, the MPC sample screen is triple the size of this freaking itty bitty screen. So we're winning already. That's all I can tell you. If you can work off of that itty bitty screen just to see points, yeah, it's gonna be awesome. So Hamilorian says the only downside is no external mic on the 404, but I can run in a DJI mic mini if needed. Okay, which 4? Oh, you're not saying the 404 Mark II. You're saying the regular 404, right? Hamilorian, you're saying the regular 404, not the Mark II. Davey says if the Novation controller has poorly aftertouch, it's over. I'ma get it. RS1x1 says if they put a good recording mic on it, boy. I think that they do. I think that they did. I really think that if they heard, here's the deal, right? This NPC sample had to be created when? Think about this. When do you think the NPC sample was created? If the NPC sample was created anytime during the time that they created the damn Live 3, do you think that they went and put a cheaper mic into this machine, or you think they use the same microphone that they use in the Live 3? If they have a whole pile of Live 3 mics that they can use that they already paid for, why would they go down in quality and get an under quality mic and not put that best quality mic inside of this freaking inside this NPC sample? I don't know. I can't tell you right now what they did because it's not here in my possession. But in my brain, I'm thinking if I got a whole pile of parts, instead of going and buying a brand new mic for just this one small production that I'm doing, I'd use the same mic that I had. We already got R&D. We already got people on the video saying the mic on the Live 3 is incredible. It sounds good. We don't know what type of mic they use and what they did to it, but it sounds really, really good. You can record studio level audio into your Live 3 using that mic. So why wouldn't they? World Needs Hero says Davey, Polly, The World Needs Hero says Koala isn't hardware yet. Koala is a beast. My only thing I prefer the tactile feel of buttons, so many people have been buying external controllers just to give Koala a run. It's mobile though, so it's in that camp. I do have Koala on my phone though. I have Koala on my iPad. And if I'm can I have a moment of transparency with y'all? I cannot make any beats on Koala to save my life. I was hoping that I can take the 404 because I had high hopes for it. Take the 404, plug it up USB-C, USB-C to USB-C to my iPad, and use Koala Sampler with the 404 Mark II together in conjunction. Now, it worked. Did it work good? Hell no. Did it throw me for a loop just like the 404 threw me for a loop? Hell yeah. It was some bullshit. And I was like, okay, I'll never plug Koala into the 404 again. And I'm probably never going to use Koala unless I get a one-on-one class with somebody to use Koala. But I used BeatMaker 3. Before that, I used iMachine. Before that, I used BeatMaker 2. Like, I've used some apps on the freaking iPad. I used the MPC app on the iPad. So I'm familiar with how to use samplers and programs. But damn, Koala, it's too difficult for me. But anyway, I won't shit on Koala because for a cheap app, for it to do the things that it does, I think that's awesome. That you can do the thing that it does on Koala, but it ain't for me. So Party Mari says sound quality is almost unquestionable. We know it's gonna be there. It's gonna be a matter of taste. Let's see. Hamilorian says the process of sampling Koala is too many steps for what can be done on this MPC sample. Yeah, I'm simple. I'm a creature of habit. Once I find something that works, I'm probably gonna keep doing the thing that works over and over and over again, just recreating the wheel, changing it up from time to time. But yeah, if I gotta do 90 steps to get one thing done, I'm pretty much throwing that shit out the window. So it has to be a quick, fast workflow, and it has to be one where I can get in, do what I need to do, and get out. The original MPC one is still a monster. Man, y'all are commenting like crazy, man. Y'all like this MPC sample, huh? This World Needs a Hero says I haven't used Koala in over a year. I used it last year, so you got me by a little bit, but I did use it last year, and I could not do it. Hamilorian says, "Gotta take the dog for a walk. You are the man, Lonze. Do not doubt your kindness and human positive vibes." Salute. So thank you, Hamilorian. I gotta find something to say for you when you come into the chat. I don't know what to say, but thank you. I appreciate you. Anti-semantics says, I don't think I'll buy another Roland again. You know what, anti-semantics? I am thinking that I'm gonna make a expansion for you for the Akai Force. Actually, I already made an expansion, and I think I'm gonna name it No More Antics. It's gonna be a Akai Force expansion, and it's gonna be called No More Antics. But don't give up on Roland. I think that Roland is going to come up with a machine when we least expect it, and it's going to be what we ask for. I just need them to come up with a new MV. Again, I've been saying for years, if Roland come out with a new MV, then some companies may have some challenges on their hands. Yes, please smash the like buttons. Get a Narcissus. All the versions of the Live and the X have professional outputs. The One and the Key 37 have consumer outputs. I'm sure this will be the same. You have to account for it when tracking into an interface. I don't know about that. I can't agree. With I can't agree with whether it has live. I'm sorry. I can't agree with whether it has professional outputs and consumer outputs. I can't agree with that. Can't agree with that. And I won't go. I won't tell you, and I won't say in this particular string why I don't agree with that. But I'll tell you that I've tested all of the machines, and I've looked at all the outputs. I've did the research on all the outputs that they have on them, and I can't agree what they did with it. But I'll tell you that if they did put a consumer output on the Key 37, there's a possibility that the Key 37 sounds better than the X. How about that? So you can tell me why that is. Party Mari says anti. That's what I'm saying. Roland already had their crowd secured, but I think this might knock them out the paint unless they put that P6 in a 404 package. Maybe a year or two ago. He says, "Oh, I see what you're saying. It probably was a beta test for the newer stuff we see today." Anti-Semantic says the Live 3 is the best thing on the market. Why buy anything else? I disagree with you. The Live 3 is not the best thing on the market right now. The best thing on the market right now is sitting right here in front of you that you're looking at right here. The best thing in the market right now that has ever came out right now is sitting right here in front of you. That MPC XL is the best machine that's out on the market right now. That's why they came out with it. But again, think about it. The Live 3, the XL, MPC sample. When did they create these? When did they create them? Think about that. How long did it take to design it? How long did it take to create it? How long did it take to sign off on them? Remember that some of this stuff was hidden. You didn't see them on the FCC. So how long did they have these made? And I can tell you, if you look at the box, you can see there are some misprints on the box, which will tell you that there were some changes made somewhere between when they started making it and some changes to when it actually got completed and when it finished being beta tested. So, and think about that. Somebody had to beta test these machines for months and months and months before it came out. So they didn't just like make it 2 months ago. Let's see. Party Martin says you sound like a southern-based producer, so you may need some sound packs, different synths and whatnot. Now it got. Is that Koala? Oh, I'm Android. Apple got all the stuff for Koala. Got you. I am from the South, but I don't just produce Southern music. I try to produce some of everything. But I create beats by Lonze music though. Really, at the end of the day, yeah. MV1 equals 90 steps. Antisemantic says MV10K. Let's see. This World Ninja Hero said Live 3 is fire. Yes, Live 3 is off the hook. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I loved the Live 3 when I first got it. I couldn't take my hands off of it. And guess what? The Live 3 has been collecting dust. The Live 3 has been collecting dust for at least 2 weeks. I'll take that back. I'm lying. It has been collecting dust in my studio for making beats, because when I travel to the other studio, I take the Live 3 with me, and then I try to make beats in the studio over there. So it's not really collecting dust per to say. But in this studio right now, the king right here is the king. I'm telling you, the XL is that shit. I was asked today what makes the XL so incredible to me. And I think that Because here's the thing. When I was on the live 3 today, and I was looking for particular functions, like I know all the NPCs like the back of my hand, right? I know where everything is on the menu screen. But you know that you can customize your menu screen on every NPC, right? So when you go and work on other people's NPCs, sometimes if it doesn't have a button on it, their applications screen may have like song mode on the second page. And so when I'm looking at other people's machines, I'm like, where is the track edit at? Where is the that kind of thing? And with the XL, you don't have that because you got a button for everything. And so you don't really have to think about where everything is on the screen. You don't have to look at the screen. It's just by muscle memory. Like I said, I made a video that said, you know what be kicking my ass? The save button. Because on XL, the save button seems to be in a place where it shouldn't be. Like the save button to me should have been like to the right hand side. But the save button is to the left under the A, B, and C groups, which it didn't make sense to me. But once I remembered where everything is, now I know everything. Now I know where everything is. The best portable thing. Okay, now antic semantics with his antics and his semantics says the best portable thing that's ever been made is the Live 3. I can't disagree with you on that. I think that it is probably one of the best portable things made. Now, let me add to that. If dear Akai, listen, for y'all who content creators who watch my channel and watch my streams, don't steal this from me. I know y'all gonna steal this, but dear Akai, let me tell you something. If you get the freaking sounds that come in Ableton, if you partner back up with Ableton and bring some of these sound engines from Ableton that's in this Ableton Move over to an MPC, you can hang every other company by their balls. I'm telling you. I'm just telling you, if you bring those sounds over, it's going to be a problem. Now, I can take the sounds out of the Ableton Move, play them, and record them into the MPC, and I got them. But I'm just saying, if I had them all in one into the machine, boy, it will be hell on fucking wheels. Because I can do it right now and do it instantly. Oh, you can cancel Christmas. You can cancel Christmas. Yo, I'm on the stream. You good?
Yes, I am good. And I cannot tell you what happened.
Okay. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk in a little bit. All right. Peace. See, I'm a bad influence. I'm a bad influence on people. I just got a phone call. I was showing somebody. I'm a bad influence. I was showing somebody my theory board. I took the theory board to the studio, and so I just was getting a phone call saying, "Look what I got." They just took the theory board out, played with it, and was like, "Oh, this is incredible! I've never seen this before." It's like, yeah. All right, so okay. All right, let's get to the business. All right, this world needs a hero says I wouldn't mind getting the XL though. I wish I could send you one. If I had a hookup at Akai, I would send you one today. Everyone knows the XL is a flagship. Andy Mac has been sitting on all these NPCs years before they get leaked. Think about this too. Think about this too. How horrible it must be to have to sit at home and know that this is coming and you can never talk about it. You can never damn tell anybody that it's here. You can never expose that, oh, there's a machine out here that's better than this machine that everybody think is the best machine. How boring would that be to know all that information and have to sit on it? Very, very boring to me. Civil Days Music, Dayson Civil was in the building. And his name is not Civil Days Music anymore. It's Sun Civil Media. Let me get that right. Sun Civil Media. He's in the building. He says XL FCC was 2023, 2024. To my point, look how long they think about it. While we were enjoying one machine, they had already made another machine and tried to put the best into the next machine. Oh man, we got Linda's son in the building. What's up? As fast as I be trying to get off the stream, man, everybody started coming in. I appreciate you being in the building, though. Thank you. We were just talking about this beauty right here, this NPC sample that just dropped on the Kai Professionals page today, and they have confirmed that the date is March the 24th, 2026. Get it, Nard says, read the manual. It says in the manual the Key 37 is only 9 dBu versus the 7 is 20 dBu. But also look in the same manual, and it'll tell you that the output for the Key 37 is 110, and the 110 or 112, and the X is 113. I got it in my phone. So, but again, then we'd be arguing about the same shit that they keep saying about the MPC 3000 and the MPC 2000 and S 3000 and S 3000 XL. Everybody would say, until you open it up and you compare the two, I guarantee you they're the same fucking shits. Davey the Hug Monster says buys an XXL. Undersigned says, I got a feeling that the empty sample will be sold out before noon on the 24th. People are already reserving them on Sweetwater and Guitar Center. Wow. I didn't know that. I didn't know that it was even released for sale on the other places. All right, guys. So listen, you see it right here. He says that people already have been reserving them on Sweetwater and Guitar Center. So that means that they are available. I know exactly where it is on the manual. I actually, again, I told you I did some research on it one time, and I was like, why does the MPC one that's supposed to be MPC one is supposed to be an entry level drum machine of the MPC? Why does it sound as good as the Live 2? And I looked in the back. I looked in the back of them, as I always do. I look in all the machines. I look in all the back of the machines, and I look at them, and I try to determine whether these are where they're different at, right? Based off of just eyesight. Not opening them up probably would be a good idea to open them up and look at them. But when you look at the information and talk about the build quality of them and what's in them, there's nowhere that you can find online unless you look at the FCC. If you look at the FCC build of when they were first created, and they signed off on the mold of what it's supposed to be, unless it told you specifically in there that they use this particular this is what they were planning to use in it, you don't know for sure exactly the part number, because I work in logistics, so I know how to find part numbers and know how to look and see what companies make what. But I just can't agree with you that there's a professional output in one and then another output in the other. I think they're using the same freaking outputs on all of them. I think that there's 3 companies out there. If I remember correctly, there's 3 companies that supply those outs that they buy from. So now, if you got some documentation to prove otherwise, then you gotta prove that documentation to prove otherwise. But let me pull this for you. Let me pull this for you I went through every NPC. Dun, 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 dun. Let me see if I can find it. 118. I believe that I believe that the what's his name is 118. The live two is 118. So the MPC one was the outputs were both at 113 decibels. The live one was at 113 decibels, and the live two was at 118 decibels. And I was like, but when you listen to the dynamic range of all of them, like the main outs on the X and the SE was 118. So, but when you listen to the X and you listen to the Live 2, which both come out with 118 dB, they don't sound the same. You listen to the one, which is at a lower decibel, it don't sound the same. Now, when you look at the MPC Key 61, that is 115 decibels, 115 decibels. It sounds better than all of those that I just listed. Now, somebody with a little bit more engineering data and status would have to explain that to me in some layman's terms that I would understand. But if you look at them, especially the Kai Force, I looked at them. It's the same out. Now, it's probably the way that it's wired, the way that it's engineered and wired to go to that out to make it sound whatever transistors is in it, whatever is hitting off of whatever that makes it sound different. But they all have characters in them that sound different. And I can tell you that I don't believe that they went in unless like Black Lion Audio, they go in and they put different outs in them, but they do some other shit to them too. They don't just go in and put different line outs into the machine. There's something else they do to them. They do some soldering and some transition changes and some transistor changes and all that kind of shit. They do some other stuff into it, other than just switching out the outs. Let's see. What else? Party Mari says somebody at Guitar Center getting backdoored if they sell my Akai sample. Salute to the chat. We got my man Blaken in the building. Salute to you. Thank you for joining. I know you probably just getting off work, so man, get your rest, man. Get some food in your body and chill with the family before you go and make some key groups. So this World Needs a Hero says the Live 3 was sold out before 10 a.m. Arizona time when it dropped. So yeah, Linda son, you're right. Dayson says that's what I said. One of the benefits of the XL is dedicated buttons and the fact that it aligns with the software. We ain't gonna even talk about the software, man. Get the software perfect. It's already rocking right now, but if they get the software perfect, we gonna be cooking with grease. Linda son, I'm at the parking lot in my pajamas and a cup of coffee. That's what's up. World Needs a Hero says Air has 3 new VSTs coming: Vintage Memory Move, Vintage Jupiter, and Vintage Pro. And he said they sound amazing. That's what's up. That's awesome. Oh my gosh, I can't even get through the comments. There's probably 300 comments in here already. Party Mari says that's why Andy Mack be having a permanent smirk on his face. Imagine this. Imagine you were Andy Mack and you know how to play the keys and you know how to program drum machines and you know how to sing in the talk box, right? You are a prodigy that you know how to play music, right? And you get to go to each one of these machines and learn each one of these machines anytime you want to as your job every day. Wouldn't you have a smile and a smirk on your face too? Like, he can create a song off of his brain just by playing the keys. He can create a melody just out of his brain by playing the keys. And now you put a drum machine in front of me that I can sample, and he love hip hop and he love R&B, I'd have a smirk on my face too. Listen, the worst thing that can happen in this world, I'm gonna tell y'all before it happens. The worst thing in this world that can happen is if I can learn to play the keyboard. If I learn to play the keyboard, it's gonna be trouble in the world. It's the same way as if I was 6'6". If I could have grew to be 6'6", I probably would have went to the NBA. I'm just saying. There's a couple things that God decided not to give me that He know that I wouldn't act right if He would have gave me those things. And so I'm just telling you, if I can play the keyboard like that, like I do okay with what I know how to do right now. But if I can play the keyboard like that, you couldn't tell me nothing. I'm just saying. All right, Linda Sun says, I've been in my smaller portable machine bag, and the sample is the final Infinity Stone. That's what's up. I don't think so. I think something else is gonna come out. I think something else is gonna come out, and you're gonna get that too. But salute to you and your small portable machine mission. Yeah, I like that field, the OPYXY field. I like that joint too. Uh, hey, whatever the case may be with this sound thing, the dynamic range is what's coming out the output of the machine. So that I know that's how much range it can go. The dynamics of how high it can go. But it all I don't know. Let me say this. Let me not act like I know everything about any of this shit. I don't. I'm just telling you that whatever they did to it, the shit sounds good and the shit is different from machine to machine. And I don't think that the parts have changed that much from machine to machine to machine. I think that they have used the same parts. And the only one that, if they did change parts on it, the only one that I think that they would have changed the parts of would have been the XL. But looking at them, it's the same. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. I think that they have put a number two pencil on. If you've ever seen a number two pencil, I think they've used a number two pencil on all their machines, and it just may have been a different. It may have been with a different manufacturer, but they all look the freaking same. Little Son said, I just got the phone 10 minutes ago with Guitar Center, and they're definitely taking reserves. Zounds is waiting for the 24th. Wow. Yeah, again, that's why I said nothing about new releases is going to be entry level. They all sound good. David the Hug Marshall says, I know someone who still has these. Eon Pooley, he even has old Akai samplers with floppy drives. Yep, I have a couple with floppy drives. But I got the S-Rack samplers with floppy drives. And then I got the Roland 808s with them zip drives. And I also got a zip drive reader over here as well for the S-Racks. All right, so let's see. What else? I'm not telling you that the manual is anything. I'm just saying to you that when I listen to these machines, I can tell you that there is a difference in. Let me tell you something. This is what proved me. This is how they sold me on the Key 37. When the Key 37 came out, I said I will not buy the Key 37 because I don't need it. Right? Because I got a Key 61. I had the OG Live. I'm sorry, I had the OG X. I got the X Special Edition. I knew that they were gonna come out with a new X. I just knew they was, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna save up and get the new X. I was not gonna buy the Key 37, but when they used the Key 37 at NAMM 2025, and Chop Squad got on the freaking on the stage and preview what the Key 37 sound like on those freaking speakers, I was like, what is going on with the sound in this machine? This machine sounded just as good as any of those NPCs that they put on the stage. And I'm telling you, the Key 37 at 112, to me in my brain, this is just me thinking, this is how I think. The Key 37 shouldn't have sounded better than an MPC Live 2 or an X. And I'm telling you that the Key 37 sounded maybe even better than the Live 2 and the MPC 1 on the stage. It just did. Now again, I don't know what they did to it, what they put in it, how they did anything in the machines. I can't I can't tell you none of that. But I can tell you that this machine sounds really good. And if you I'm telling you, as a drum machine specialist that run these machines through the same Apollo and run these machines through the same speakers, and I have Yamaha HS7s, HS8s. I hear the difference in these machines without changing anything. I hear the difference in these machines when I run them through this freaking Presonus 32SC, which has its own set of compressors and its own set of everything in it, without adding any color to the sound. This machine sounds incredible, and you can tell the difference between every one of these machines when you plug them up. Even the Akai Force. I told y'all when I first had the Akai Force, I had three machines: the Akai Force, the Live 2, and the MPC X OG. And I told y'all the Akai Force sounded better than all those other two machines. I don't know what they put in it, but I can tell you that it did at that time frame when I had those three. The Akai Force had a heavy kick at the bottom of it, but again, if it was running the same engine, and I don't have the information for the Akai Force, but I'm just saying I'm gonna get off that because I'll be talking about that forever. But I'm telling you, I've done several tests and I got several videos on my channel of where we put the machines behind the same beat and played the same beat and listened to them on every machine, and each one has its own sonic character behind it, and some sound better than others. Some of them I've had to cut up the volume on them to get it to sound as good as the one that I previously had playing. So I don't know. You can take my word for it or not, but I'm telling you, there there is something different between each one of the machines. So let's see. The World Needs a Hero says I have my Focusrite Scarlett I-16 hooked up to the Live 3 with them red line converters, and this it sounds fire. So Get It Nard says I'm talking the output level is important when tracking out to your hardware or interface. Blah blah blah. Let's see. Let's see. We got Blatant said Linda son salute saying hello. So he says, all right. So Get It Nard says, um, I wasn't speaking to whether it sounds good if I track through hard on the X versus the one on Key 37. Adjustments have to be made because of the lower outputs. Okay, salute. You got it. You got it. All right. So I guess if y'all got no more questions, man, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. I've been here an hour and 20 minutes too long. Supposed to have been my streams are only supposed to be an hour, but I just wanted to get in front of y'all again to talk about this NPC sample. Um, so you're gonna make me do a test, You're gonna make me plug all of my machines up at once. You're gonna make me run them through the same interface and run them to run them again to prove a point. But I'm telling you, all of those things have something to do with something. What I'm telling you, those everything that they've dialed in on these machines has something to do with something. I'm telling you, I don't know exactly, and Akai won't hire me to be a beta tester and come to the plant and come work with them to see what's inside the machines. But um, and I'm not gonna open up none of the machines either. Damn, try to look and see what's in them either. That's I think the only one I opened up was the Live 2 to put a new battery in it, and that's as much as I'm going to do. That was actually easy though. Putting a battery in it, and I've opened up the 5000, and I opened up one of the rack samplers and replaced the a floppy drive. But I ain't doing uh I ain't doing none of that. You know what? If they had me as a beta tester, it probably I won't say. I'd say that again, like I said, it'd be quite boring to know that all this shit is coming out, or we're testing this, or we're making this, and then you can't talk about it. That would suck. But being able to create what's going to be in the next generation of NPC, I think that would be awesome. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Imagine that. I love that. I'm glad that you said that. Imagine if the NPC sample is the NPC in its small format that knocks harder than all the other NPCs. You missed it earlier when I was talking about the machines that I loved and not. I'm gonna tell you right now. This is a machine that surprised me the most. If y'all well, not this particular one, but the 1348, the original 1348 is the one that surprised me the most with that knocks. This one right here, woo, this joint knock. So I'm telling you, if they figured it out, if they figured it out. Now, here's what I want the world to tell me, right? This is what I want everybody to tell me. what converters they put inside this damn teenage engineering KL2? Tell me that. What converters is in this bitch? Because whatever converters they put in here in this Lego set, they went off the chain with that. I'm just saying. Now this shit right here, ooh, boy, knock knock your damn head off, and they ain't got to put nothing behind it. Got to put nothing to it. Just plug it in and listen. Let's see. All right, we need a plug in like auto key or good key detection. The one in the system seems to be off at times. Key detection, yeah. Um, he says that bad boy. Not gotta ask Uncle Ski. Yeah, whatever they put in that motherfucker in that small platform, that joint rocks. It sounds incredible. Sounds really good. I couldn't believe it when I first plugged it up. I was Av McCree was the first one to show that was coming, and when he showed that, I'll never forget it. It was we're in Tennessee for Thanksgiving, and he had previewed that the KO2 was coming out, and I was like, "What is that? I gotta have it." And he showed it at the end of his joint that hey, you can buy it. So I bought it, and by the time we got back home from that trip, the KO2 had delivered, and I plugged it in, and I listened to the joint. And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" All right, so P6 I looked at the P6, but it reminded me of the Lo-Fi 12, of how small it was and the itty bitty buttons, and like I kind of like wanted to get away from itty bitty buttons. Um, this is as small as I can get for itty bitty buttons, but I think this is about the size of this is the size of the screen looks like of that damn MPC sample though. If y'all seen the poly in play, I think that's about the size of that screen. And then if y'all saw my other video, which some of y'all probably haven't, it looks like the pads are the pads of the MPK Mini. I worked in logistics for over 20 years. I retired out of the military in logistics for. I've been retired. After I retired after 20 years, I've been retired an additional 10 years. So um, you will find in logistics they kind of use the same stuff over and over again. Because it's very, very hard to, after you got so many different parts on different stuff, to, it just makes sense. You just keep the parts that you know that you'll continually use, it'll wear out, and that you want to save money on different parts. So they kind of use the same shit over and over again. So in this MPC sample, I think that when they came out with the MPK Mini, and they made this is the only machine that you ever seen with these pads. This is the only machine you've seen with these pads. So you think they got a supplier with these pads. So what else would I put these pads on? You guess it. I create another machine that's small enough to use these pads. We save money, and we keep rocking. All right, so I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all have a good weekend. I appreciate y'all watching the stream. NPC sample is gonna fly off the shelf, and if y'all didn't get one already, and you wanted to be in the first, batch, you may miss it. I apologize. If you don't get it in the first batch, there's a group of people that never will buy them on the first batch. That always says, "Oh, I never buy stuff on the first batch." It's always going to be them, and you got the group that's going to say, "Oh, I'll just buy it cheaper when it goes on sale." So you got that, and so we'll test it out for you. Myself, Blatantly Blatant Network, we were one of the first. We're the first three. Me, Blatantly Blatant Network, and Raul from Raul, who is Lifted Noise. We're the three that bought the machines from Alto Music from eBay. We're the three guys that bought the machines. So if we get them before everybody else, we should be the first three you see that are non-Akai workers that you should see videos from. So I didn't even talk about the MV1. MV1 sounds good too. Now for nothing, you can't take that away from Roland, and with the SP404 Mark II and the MV1. Woo! Now, if you're talking about the 808 that knock hard, I'll tell you what. Let me see something real quick. Oh man, I'm supposed to get out of here. Let me show y'all something. Ooh, if you can only hear it. Oh my gosh. Okay, y'all can hear that, but I can't hear it. I don't know why I can't hear, but oh man. Oh wait a minute. Hold on. Oh shit. Wait a minute, just hold on a second. Let me see if I can. Oh shit. Let me see if I'm plugged in. I might be plugged in. Oh goodness. Oh yeah, I'm plugged in. Woo. Y'all think I just be here capping like I just be sitting in the studio twiddling my thumbs like I don't be in here doing shit. Oh shit, let's see. Oh shit. Dun-dun-dun. Oh shit. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Let's see. I need a power cord. I think my power cord is over there. Yep, I got one right there. Cool. Now, I was gonna say, anti-semantics. I'm gonna kick you in your ass. I'm gonna kick you in your ass. Let's see. All right. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Hold on. Give me like 2 minutes. Let me just plug this power cable over. Dun, 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 dun. Oh shit. Now, let's cut this on. Now I can't hear it for some reason. My speakers is like off. Don't know why my speakers is off. Now anti-semantics. Y'all know anti-semantics. He loved this. He loved this freaking Roland MV 8800 and the 8000. I got 8800. I got 8000 or 8800. On mine bad. Let's see. All right, I got an 8000. I got an MV 8000, and Antic Semantics says that the 8000 sounds better than a lot of other machines. Oh man, damn! I wish I can. I wish I can hear. I wish I can hear. Let's see if I can. I can get it. All right, let me check my stream sounds. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see nothing. Damn, I won't be able to show y'all. I was hoping that I'd be able to play it. Oh shit, I'm in the wrong place. Okay, yeah. Okay, so sampler in, and we're in the rear. All right. Damn it, I can't show you. I wish I was prepared. I should have been prepared. But anyway, yeah, I did. I ain't gonna mess. I ain't gonna mess with it. It's gonna be too much. Right now, my MPC not taking no input in. I don't know why. I can't hear it. I think that also. Let's see. On. Anyway, yeah, man, you got me this next stream that I do. I'll probably do a stream tomorrow. I'm gonna come back tomorrow, and I'm gonna show you. Oh, duh, no shit. Hold on. Oh man. Oh, dun, dun, dun. Sampler. Yeah, I'm gonna come back tomorrow. I'm gonna come back tomorrow, and because right right now it ain't working. But I'm gonna come back tomorrow on the stream, and I'm gonna show y'all the Verse Lab MV1. If y'all haven't heard the Verse Lab, you haven't heard the Verse Lab 1 MV1, you'll hear. Yeah, I'm tapping. You got me on this one. I ain't got nothing. I got nothing. You can hear my MPC, but you can't hear nothing coming in. So you got me. All right, I'll catch y'all later. I'm gonna get off the stream. Peace out. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank y'all for the comments. Out of here. Blatantly, I'm gonna kick you in your ass.
Welcome to the Beats by Lonze show. Hope you like what you hear. Hope you like what you see. Ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Beats by Lonze show. Welcome to the Beats by Lonze show. Welcome to the Beats by Lonze show. Welcome to the Beats by Lonze show.